Thank you for watching the Abundant Life channel. In this video, I would like to talk with you about overcoming grief and loss. Losing someone you love is very painful and difficult. Grief is a storm you must walk into. I would like to give you some tools to walk through the storm and come out on the other side of it. When a loved one dies, you go through a range of thoughts and emotions. Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, a psychiatrist, developed the 5 stages of grief that we now call the Kubler-Ross model. It identified some possible stages that people go through when they experience loss. This model has many variations over the years. However, the stages I will talk with you about today have been applicable to most persons I have counseled who lost a loved one. Let's review the 5 stages. Shock and denial. You might feel numbness and confusion. You may be asking yourself questions like, is this really happening? Is this real? Anger. You may feel angry with yourself, the person you lost, or others. You may have thoughts such as, why me? It's not fair. How can this happen to me? Who is to blame? Why would this happen? Depression and detachment. You may feel immense sadness, feel less connected to people and life, having thoughts of wishing that your loved one could still be here, missing them. You may have a lot of crying spells, talk less, and just feel better being alone. Dialogue and bargaining. You may feel the need to eventually start talking about your feelings, memories, even ask God to reverse what has happened. In this stage, you may start thinking about what life will look like without your loved one in it, which is extremely difficult. You start getting back to doing things that you once did and attempt to start the adjustment period. Acceptance. You may be ready to accept that your life has changed and the person you lost will not physically be in it. You begin creating a new plan for your life, a plan that will include their memories and desires for you. Going through these stages are difficult and can literally feel like going through a tumultuous storm. However, allowing yourself to feel and go through them starts the healing process. Let me share with you some tips to help you through this process. Be patient with yourself. Some days you're going to feel motivated to live, and other days you will not want to leave your bed. And that is okay. You are sad, and this is painful. However, do not isolate for too long. Allow people to support you. There is healing in comfort. Do not blame yourself. Do not hold on to feelings of guilt. Many times we say, if I had made that call, or answered the phone, or went home that one day. Guilt is an emotion you feel if you deliberately caused a person's harm or death. If your intent was for them to die. You missing a call or not visiting that day was not an intent for that person to die. You loved that person and they knew it. What you should be experiencing is regret. You regret that you did not see them or call them on that day. However, you should not be feeling guilty. Be intentional about your memories. Do not focus your grief on the day the person died, the day you saw them take their last breath, if you did. You do not deserve to relive that pain every day. They would have wanted you to be happy. Focus on the life they lived, their legacy, what they gave to this world, and commit to incorporate their legacy in your life and sharing it with others so that they are never forgotten and their legacy can impact people's life. Let me share my grandmother's legacy. She was my first loss that I experienced. I was so young, but I was there when she took her last breath. I chose to focus on her legacy. Every time I cook cornmeal porridge, as we call it in Jamaica, what you might know as creamy polenta with orange peels, I talk about her. I keep her present. I smile when I remember her walking me to church. God was important to her. Hold on to your loved one's legacy and live by them. You can share your loved one's legacy today in the comment section if you feel comfortable doing that. I would love to see them and learn from them. Say goodbye, but also say hello. Alan D. Wolfett is a death educator and grief counselor. He speaks about saying hello when you lose someone. That stuck with me. Say goodbye to interacting with that person physically, the hugs, the phone calls, the time spent. However, you say hello to a new experience of taking their memories with you. This person will be in your mind every day. You take them with you mentally everywhere you go. You may see a car pass and they had a similar one and you remember them. There are triggers everywhere. So you say hello to that person's memories and you take them with you. If you need to make decisions, you can think, what would my dad say or uncle say or mom say? They can still impact your daily life because you have their treasured memories. Keep them close to you. You don't have to leave them behind. Have a circle of support. Have a group of people who you talk with without judgment. If you do not have that, find a professional therapist. Join a support group if you're open to a group setting. Most places are doing them virtually. It can be a great place to meet people who are going through a similar journey and can relate. If you are not managing your daily life for over 6 months to a year after a loss, please talk to a professional therapist. It just means that you need support to walk through your grief process, and that is okay. Do not do it alone. You know, mourning is a critical part of grieving because it is the outward expression which is normally done at funerals. COVID-19 has impacted the way we normally do this, which is usually in large gatherings and talking about our loved ones. I suggest doing this in a different way through online platforms such as Zoom or Google Meet. Have a large gathering online and mourn, talk about the person. I observed when I attended one such event that more people got the opportunity to share who wouldn't have had that opportunity at a usual funeral service. They also got to share how this person impacted their lives, and family members got to hear from a large number of people how people's lives were touched by their loved ones. This can be a very critical part of the healing process. Grieving is difficult. However, I hope this information will help you through your process. I'm sending you hugs. Thank you for watching and see you soon.